What's the first experience you had in music that you want to talk about that you never talked about before?
Wow. In music.
With music.
Probably was like on the rap game, like, I want everybody to know this. Like on that show, this is like for kid artists or even this newer artist starting. Like, I learned so much on that show just about myself as an artist and like the anxiety that come with music. And I just want to say this, like coming from creators that's worried about like backlash and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn like off of that show. As a musician, you gotta be in a space where you can't be afraid to put out stuff because of what you think people might say. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people get driven out of their creative spots because of like expectations or sounds that's like now. Yeah. That they forget their creative spot. And I feel like you get that. Like when I was on the rap game, bro, you would think like I was a kid, but like it was a lot of people just coming at me like.
You was the youngest one on
that,
right?
I was the youngest one, but it was a lot. I got so much hate on social media. I was like, damn.
As a 12-year-old?
That's a 12-year-old. That's why I'm able to navigate it now because like I took every bullet and I felt it. Like I felt it. So now I know how to navigate through it. But like it also had me at a point where I was like, damn, I don't know if I want to drop this because what if they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was, you had to second guessing a little bit.
Yes, and I be in the studio with people and I see a lot of people, nah, I can't say this because on TikTok, I'm like, bro, what? We create music, like, you know what I'm saying? And it get from the creativity. So I think like that anxiety as an artist, that's like a stuff like people don't really talk about a lot, but it's very like, it's very there, it's very pro.
Well, I like where this conversation is going because the other segment of the show is called Point of View and your perspective on just music and things about music, being in music, working in music. And there's a lot of anxiety just around music in general because there's so much of a platform now where people want to cancel you. People want to send you death threats. People want to send you DMs. Like I know you said you took all the bullets before, but like, how are some of the moments where might have really, triggered you a little bit? How did you reinvigorate yourself, or what's the word, y'all? How did you bring yourself out of that?
And rappers be like, I don't really care, I don't read the comments, I'm getting money, that's cap. You know what I'm saying? Like you see it, like you feel the negative energy coming towards you. I've never been in that position of being canceled or being hated by the media. My time may come. You know what I'm saying? I hope not.
We hope not.
We hope not. But like, I think like, just as much as you get the love, you get the hate, you feel me? And I think if you find a way with yourself to kind of embrace that, then it won't even matter. But also, like, I've learned as I got older, like I was young on the rap game, like if you really know how you feel about yourself and you're really in tune with who you are, none of that could really get to you too much. Because if they tell the truth, then you're like, damn, they tell the truth. If they cap, you like, that's cap. You know what I'm saying?
I know you cap. Yeah.
So I think it's that type of thing. And for sure. But it's a lot of that. It's wicked out here.
It is. How has your relationship with your mom gotten stronger as you have been climbing this ladder for years and years, but the big brink has happened so much more recently?
I think our relationship actually got stronger when I was in college and we were away from each other. You know, like you get to that point where you in a mom and daughter relationship where y'all too close.
I know.
And y'all see each other too much and y'all just got the bumping heads. We was at that point before I got to college. I'm like, bro, I'm grown. She just had to remind me that I was not grown, indeed. But as I got to college and we had our space and I was able to communicate and she was able to listen to me as like a kind of an adult, you know what I'm saying? Because we kind of got closer. But she's been my ride or die, like, for this whole journey. Like, this whole journey, and she's still on it. She was the first person that ever believed in me. First person that ever made me believe in myself, in my music, in my writing abilities. Like, if I play a song and she don't like it, scratch it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. So, like, that's my dog. That's my round.
You just mentioned writing. I forgot to ask about that too. Talk about the first song you ever wrote. And I know it was probably back in the day.
I can't even tell you the first song that I wrote, but the first song that I wrote and I was like, oh, I'm a rapper. You feel me? That was Guns Down that I performed on America's Got Talent. That was the first song that I
It was called
wrote.
Guns Down.
Called Guns Down. It was about my father, about my story. Kind of like, I always say it's like a little version of Ready or Not, but it just wasn't Ready or Not yet. It was like a younger version. Cause it told my story and it was lit. It got like 30 million views, 40 million views on America's Got Talent, but it wasn't as skilled as Ready or Not that I just dropped, but like it told my story. You know what I'm saying? And that it touched a lot of people. It touched a lot of people.
For those who haven't touched those tracks or haven't heard any of the music, what's part of your story that you really want people to know?
Man, I really think I've told a lot of my story, but it's ever so evolving. Yeah. I'm ever so evolving. I'm always growing. So just being able to implement that into my music more and more at the right time, just to show that growth. You know what I'm saying? Like, but also like protect the brand at the same time. But I'm in no rush to grow up, but I think that at a certain point in time in my music, it's going to start to show. It's going to start to evolve, and it's going to start to get better. And so I'm more ready for that. I feel like people know the story. Now they just need to hear the music.
Yeah, now they need you to narrow it, make the movie or the story for them.
Absolutely, and narrate it, basically.
Yeah, I love that. You are a very smart woman. Not that you wouldn't be. I just love that, like, to hear, knowing that you are young and like you have so much, I don't want to say on your plate, but so much
I do.
So much. You got a lot to live for.
My plate full.
You got a lot to live for, and carrying that is not easy.
It's not.
When I was 19, I think I was just like twerking to no hands and trying to go to like in Atlanta, trying to go to Opium or trying to get in the club. I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah.